Start, sir.
Hello, I'm Dr. Sanjay Chaturvedi. I am going to speak to you today about the society self-redevelopment. Now, we all know that the redevelopment of the society is a need of the hour. We all know that dilapidated conditions and a new brand building of the society is always desirable, and we all enhances the value of our building, our property, and that is why a redevelopment is always required. We have lot of confusion in the market because the WhatsApp university people put it lot of confusing matters, saying that fungible FSI is not available or this or that. But let us be very clear today. There are 8 steps in, if suppose your society wants to have a self redevelopment and you don't want, or suppose you are not getting any builder for construction of your or redevelopment of your property. They are in market, lot of people, big developers also going to assist you, saying that okay, we are going to redevelop your property, but all entire liability is yours. We are going to bring the fund, we are going to borrow fund for redevelopment by mortgaging society's land to the financial institutions and get you the fund. We will entirely supervise the entire project, and in the end we are going to have our profit, say 12% or 15% profit on the entire sale proceeds. These are the people, those PMC we call it, project management consultants or development partners, which is going on. But before that we must understand the process of self redevelopment. What are those steps? Because unless you know those steps, you won't be able to having a good position to negotiate with the people like PMC or a development partner, or maybe a person who is offering society a redevelopment. So there are 7-8 steps which is like this. The first step is that we must know and understand what is the potential FSI a society plot can give you. And I'm presuming that the society is having a conveyance. So before you go in the redevelopment, you must have a conveyance. So I'm not going touching that particular subject. The society conveyance or deemed conveyance or other thing, which you can find me in some other clip. But in this particular session, we must understand what are our pros and cons as far as the society self redevelopment is concerned. The first and foremost is, the first step is you must understand that what is the FSI available in the society's plot. Society plot is landlocked, or maybe it is having touching 2 roads, or whether it is having a 30 feet or 50 feet or 60 feet or 90 feet road, or whether it is a highway touch property, or whether it is state highway touch properties. So you should first understand that FSI TDR norms have changed drastically. You must see, you are not a technical person, and neither I am a technical person to understand what is the potential FSI. So let us have a professional person give us a written professional opinion that okay, the society is having this much potential FSI. Say for example, the society is having a potential FSI of 10,000 square feet or 1,000 square meter. Now, in 10,000 square foot, suppose the existing member are say occupying 5,000 square foot. So, the next 5,000 square feet which you are going to sell in the open market, or whosoever is for in your behalf, is then it is a viable project. Suppose you want to redevelop it, just you don't want to sell any part or any further FSI, say 10,000 square feet, you are consumed already 10,000 square feet. So you just contribute yourself, take a loan or contribute yourself, self-funded project, and then you can just demolish the society building, reconstruct the building. So it is a redevelopment of the society But when you want to sell the potential, say 5,000 square feet is still remaining to be sold in the open market and fund the entire construction of redevelopment, then in that case, let us go in the step number 2. After receiving the opinion from the architect, a certified architect, a practicing architect who will tell you that okay, this is the potential FSI. Now the second step would be that you need to follow section 79A of Maharashtra Cooperative Societies Act. Now under that section you must call a special extraordinary general meeting, and in the extraordinary general meeting more than 51% of the society members should vote for going for the redevelopment. Now whether it is self-redevelopment or whether it is a redevelopment done by some developer or builder. So first you should take a consent from the society members saying that okay, we want to go in for redevelopment. We forget about who is going to do it, whether society is going to do or whether somebody else is going to do. Now suppose society wants to do it. So the step number 3, after you pass that okay, redevelopment of the society should be done, the third step is that you must appoint professional people. Now professional people is this, that you require 3 people or 3 professional people to assist you or to be in your team as a self-redevelopment. Even though the development, if you are going to give to the developer, suppose, then also these 3 professional people is required in your team to assist you whether the developer is doing perfectly alright or no, or maybe if you are doing a self-redevelopment, then whether your appointed contractor is doing perfectly or no. So the first one would be a good lawyer who is having a good drafting skill and who can have a good due diligence as far as the legal documentation is concerned, as far as the RERA compliance is concerned, as far as your various act or related to Society Act, related to MOFA Act, related to other documentation, say development agreement or joint development agreement or service agreement or individual agreement. You have to get it vetted from your own lawyer or own attorney or your own advocate. The second professional person would be the chartered accountant who is going to give you all the calculations whether the project is viable or no. Third would be, yes, of course, a good engineer is required in your team. Now we come on the fourth step. After you do it, your team is ready, you float a tender. Now whether it is a development by redevelopment by a developer you are going to give, or it is for the self-development also, the tender must be floated for contractors, that who is going to construct. So you give him specifications. Okay, we want good marble lobby, we want this amenity and this amenity. Then your construction cost would be say 2,000 rupees or 3,000 rupees according to the height, according to the amenity, according to the rehab component which you are going to take. Now these tenders must be very, very carefully designed or carefully drafted so that in future nothing goes wrong. And of course, legal document, which I have already told you, it should be watertight legal document. Whosoever is either developing for you or they are developing for the society or they are redeveloping as a developer. Now the fifth step which we want to know, see the tender is floated, you open it, you award a tender. Now in this step you decide whether you want to give the redevelopment work to somebody or you want to do it self. So if you want to do it self, then you must understand the compliances. Compliances is the RERA compliances because you are going to sell it in the open market, and the compliances of the Bombay Municipal Corporation. The Mumbai Municipal Corporations are having the DCR. Under the DCR there are so many specifications. There are some 56 NOCs or permissions required to be taken for a construction. your plan should be passed, your IOD or CC construction commencement certificate should be received, and according to the specifications your contractor should construct. Now the seventh step is to supervise either yourself or to the redevelopment of that. The last stage is, your eighth one is to close the entire compliances, close the entire taxation, close the entire compliances, take the certificates, sell into open market and complete your project with occupation certificate. Thank you very much, and do visit us on the various websites which we are having. We are having a very good website, housingsocietytimes.com. This is an all India society web. You will get a plethora of information, hundreds and thousands of articles written by various authors, and you name the topic, we are having the topic. So you can also buy our books on the self-redevelopment on Amazon and on our website called saptakala.com. Thank you very much.